Once upon a time, during his school days, Thom came up with a brilliant plan that solved the Mexican oil spill crisis. This incredible achievement caught the attention of the world's 8 largest oil companies. They were so impressed that they competed fiercely to hire him, offering executive positions, company stock, and an annual salary of $400,000, all before he even graduated. Despite these amazing opportunities, Thom made a surprising decision. He turned down all the lucrative offers and instead accepted a job from Walter Moreland in Spain. This job was unlike any other. It required Thom to use his exceptional brainpower to crack a vault. Thom's choice showed that sometimes following your passion and seeking adventure can be more rewarding than chasing money and prestige. And so, Thom embarked on a thrilling journey that would change his life forever. Thom's journey took an even more thrilling turn when he learned about the vault he was hired to crack. This vault was considered an engineering marvel and contained an item Walter had been after for over 80 years. No one had ever managed to break into this unique vault. Walter, the owner of a salvage firm, introduced Thom to his team. A few months ago, Walter's team had recovered several antiques from a sunken ship in Spanish waters. Among the wreckage was a set of 3 coins that provided valuable treasure coordinates. Unfortunately, the salvage mission had failed to retrieve the treasure. Thom's task was clear: use his exceptional skills to crack the vault and uncover the long-lost treasure. This mission was not just about the treasure, it was about solving a mystery that had eluded everyone for decades. Thom's adventure was just beginning, and it promised to be a journey filled with excitement, danger, and the thrill of discovery. Thom's adventure took a dramatic twist when the Spanish authorities confiscated everything Walter's team had found. The items were now locked inside a miraculous vault in a Spanish bank. Walter's team was a unique group of specialists, each with their own extraordinary skills. Lorraine, Walter's adopted daughter, was a master of disguise. She could assume any identity needed for their infiltration missions. Klaus, the hacker, was responsible for all the team's digital needs. James, Walter's right-hand man and an ex-soldier, had the best combat skills on the team. Simon handled logistics and equipment procurement. With enough money, he could get anything the team needed. On Thom's first day, the team faced a major challenge. They needed a code to hack into the bank system, but it was unavailable, and time was running out. The pressure was on, and Thom had to think fast to help the team overcome this obstacle. The stakes were high, and the adventure was just beginning. Thom's quick thinking saved the day when he suggested they pretend to be an automated voicemail recording to extract the code they needed from one of the bank's clients. The team tried out Thom's idea and swiftly obtained the necessary code. Thom earned praise for his smart thinking and headed to his new apartment, feeling accomplished. On his second day with the team, Thom officially began studying the inner workings of the Bank of Spain, known as the most fortified building on Earth. The bank was equipped with numerous sensors, cameras, and guards trained to respond immediately to any commotion. However, the biggest challenge the team faced was the headquarters of the Spanish army, located nearby. Thom knew that cracking this vault would require not just intelligence but also teamwork and precision. The adventure was far from over, and the stakes were higher than ever. With each passing day, Thom and his team inched closer to uncovering the treasure, facing new challenges and thrilling moments along the way. The journey was just beginning, and it promised to be an unforgettable ride. Thom's mission became even more daunting when he learned that the bank was located right across the street from the headquarters of the Spanish army. If the bank alarms were triggered, 500 soldiers would rush in to handle the situation. To make matters worse, the bank's security chief was the former commander-in-chief of Spain's counter-terrorism force. Thom and Walter's team were up against a formidable force capable of thwarting any attack on the bank. The team had little knowledge about the layout of the vault inside the bank. They needed a scan to gather more information about its internal structure. What they did know was that they required 2 keys and the fingerprint of the bank's security chief to gain access to the vault. This meant they had to wire the 2 items together to unlock the vault. Thom's adventure was filled with high stakes and intense challenges. The team had to rely on their wits, skills, and each other to succeed. With every step, the excitement and tension grew, making this mission one of the most thrilling experiences of Thom's life. The journey was far from over, and the best was yet to come. The team sprang into action with a daring plan. Thom and Simon disguised themselves as janitors to gain entry into the bank, while Lorraine posed as an insurance agent specializing in high-value paintings. Inside the rooms where these paintings were stored, safes behind the artworks held the keys needed to access the vault. As Lorraine walked with the chief of security, she cleverly asked him to hold her coffee so she could shake hands with the bank's director. This allowed her to obtain the chief's fingerprint, crucial for accessing the vault. Meanwhile, Klaus, the hacker, assisted Lorraine by dealing with the bank's camera surveillance. They recorded a video of Lorraine scanning the paintings and played it back at 10 times slower than normal speed to create the illusion that nothing unusual was happening. Lorraine located the safe, prepared her equipment, and began copying the key. Just then, an unexpected visitor arrived, complicating matters. With only 20 seconds left before their surveillance hack ended, Lorraine needed to be correctly positioned in the video. Unfortunately, the bank's chairman was in her way. Thinking quickly, Lorraine asked the director to take a picture of her scanning the painting, and requested that he step back when taking the photo. At the last possible moment, Lorraine managed to prevent the director from appearing in the surveillance video just as the hack ended. The team's quick thinking and precise execution kept their mission on track, but the adventure was far from over. Each step brought new challenges and excitement, making this a thrilling journey that kept everyone on the edge of their seats. While Lorraine began her quest to locate the second key, Thom faced a significant challenge. His task was to scan the structure of the vault by pretending to be a cleaner and gaining access to the lower floors of the bank. The vault was believed to be situated directly beneath one of the meeting rooms on that level. Thom crawled under the table inside the meeting room and initiated the magnetometer to start scanning. Unfortunately, a group of individuals entered the room to conduct a meeting, trapping Thom under the table. As if that weren't enough, the device began to malfunction and got stuck at 96% completion. With time running out, Thom had to think quickly. After some tinkering, he managed to get the device working again. The scan was completed just in time, allowing Thom to gather the crucial information needed for their mission. The adventure continued, with each moment bringing new challenges and excitement, keeping everyone on the edge of their seats. As the scan finally completed, it triggered an alarm, putting the entire bank on lockdown under the leadership of the chief of security. Army troops were dispatched immediately. Meanwhile, Lorraine had just finished copying the second key when the director arrived to retrieve her. In the commotion, she forgot to return the stolen key and shut the safe where it was kept. The team quickly decided that Lorraine should toss the key to Thom, who would then put it back in the safe. Thom hurried to the third floor, restored the key, and closed the safe just as he received a warning that a guard was approaching his position. Thinking quickly, he deliberately allowed himself to be caught. When the guard arrived, Thom took off his earphones and acted as if he hadn't heard the alarm. The guard let him off the hook. Once the operation was over, Thom began to examine the internal structure of the vault. He discovered a section that the scan couldn't show clearly and realized it contained water. The vault was built on the principle of a weighing scale. If the weight changed when the vault was opened, it would shut and flood with water. The team now understood how the vault mechanism operated and had to maintain a constant weight balance. Thom started figuring out how to solve this problem, working around the clock. Simon and James made a significant discovery while exploring the area beneath the bank. They confirmed Thom's suspicions that there was a massive scale beneath the bank, but to their dismay, the current balance was zero. Moreover, they found a major problem that could jeopardize their plans. The walls of the underground room were made of titanium steel reinforced concrete with a durable outer layer, making it almost impenetrable. Breaching the wall would take them 15 days, which was too much time to spare. The team had a limited window for this heist, and this delay made the entire operation seem impossible to pull off. They had to consider giving up. Walter took a moment to reflect and went to the square to watch the soccer fans. While observing the crowd, he realized that during the World Cup finals, all the cameras near the bank would face the fans in the square. This insight prompted a change in plans. Instead of entering the bank through the underground passage, they could infiltrate it from the roof. Walter quickly relayed this information to the team, and everyone felt a renewed sense of hope. However, their success still depended on Thom and his ability to decipher the vault's mechanisms. He worked tirelessly until he finally devised a plan to tackle the security mechanism of the vault. To demonstrate his solution, he placed a cup of water on a scale, revealing the balance move. Next, he removed the cup, sprayed liquid nitrogen on the scale, and put the cup back in place. This time, the balance didn't move because the scale was frozen. Thom explained that the same principle could be applied to the massive vault scale. The only challenge was that they would require a considerable amount of liquid nitrogen to execute the plan. The team commenced their operation with a solid plan. As the soccer game between Spain and the Netherlands kicked off, they had a tight window of only 105 minutes. to complete the entire operation. To start, they zip-lined to the bank's rooftop, cut open a glass window, and entered through the opening. Then, they made their way through 100 meters of piping until they reached the entrance to the room containing the vault. Here, they would need to cross using a portable ladder. Finally, they arrived in front of the vault, and Klaus began his hacking work to enable the team to gain entry with the 2 keys and fingerprint they had acquired earlier. The adventure was filled with high stakes, intense challenges, and thrilling moments, keeping everyone on the edge of their seats. The journey was far from over, and the best was yet to come. In the heart of a bustling city, a team of skilled thieves stood before an imposing vault. Simon, the tech genius, took charge, spraying liquid nitrogen on the scale to initiate the freezing process. As the tanks emptied, the vault's floor began to freeze. The team entered, searching for the coins they sought. Meanwhile, the bank patrol team discovered the open roof window and rushed towards the vault. Lorraine found the coins, but an unexpected twist awaited. James, an undercover agent, had planned to betray the team from the start. He demanded the coins, and Lorraine reluctantly handed them over. Their escape was short-lived as the liquid nitrogen's effect wore off, activating the vault's security mechanisms. Thom, Lorraine, and James found themselves trapped as water began to flood the vault. James, an ex-soldier, used his swimming skills to escape with the stolen coins. The chief of security called in an emergency and his men rushed towards the vault. Thom and Lorraine were in grave danger, on the verge of drowning. With no other option, Thom devised a plan to trick the vault system into starting the draining process. He instructed Simon to add more weight to the scale. Simon acted quickly, placing all the nitrogen tanks on the scale, but it wasn't enough. Just as he was about to give up, he noticed his radio and added it to the scale. Surprisingly, the small radio was enough to shift the balance, stopping the water and starting the draining process. As the security forces rushed towards the vault, they were ready to catch the thieves red-handed. However, upon opening the vault, they found nobody inside. Thom and Lorraine had escaped through the drain pipes, making their way to the upper levels of the bank. With the security force hot on their heels, they were running out of time. In a moment of quick thinking, Lorraine remembered a room she had visited earlier for scanning paintings. She recalled that the director of the bank usually left the window in that room open. Without hesitation, Thom and Lorraine rushed to that room and escaped through the open window. They joined the crowd in the square, taking off their jackets and blending in with the people. The soldiers chasing them were getting dangerously close. Feeling defeated, Thom and Lorraine prepared to surrender. But fate intervened. Spain won a soccer game and the crowd erupted into cheers. The noise and commotion made it impossible for the soldiers to keep up the chase, and Thom and Lorraine slipped away unnoticed. Several days later, James returned the stolen coins to his employer. However, when they decoded the coordinates, they realized it led to the Eiffel Tower, not the right location. They finally understood that they had been outsmarted by Thom's team. Lorraine had switched the coins in the vault, causing James to steal the wrong ones. Thom and his team, now in a resort in France, stumbled upon the real coordinates of the treasure. They learned that the treasure was hidden inside the Bank of England. The team geared up for another heist, ready to put their skills to the test once again.